Hello, I will be reviewing the Majestic Dawn Polar Frost deck. This is a starter deck with the full 60 cards. I like to point out it's a very balanced deck. It's actually my favorite one that I've ever bought. Um, it's got it's got a good mix here, and I'll tell you which ones. We got the Quick Ball here, which is clearly for finding Pokemon in the deck. It's one of two cards that kind of shares that similar purpose. The potion, everyone knows what that does. Um, in some versions, it's three uh, health, but Mom's Kindness is just like Bill. Energy Search helps you find energy inside the deck. It's pretty simple, but also really effective. Often convenient. Dusk Ball is a lot like Quick Ball. It's just a different approach, a different method, but it will probably get you the same results. Okay, and Warp Point is the last trainer card. I don't really like this. I feel like this card might be useful maybe once, so I tried to find some substitution for it. It's got 12 of each energy, water and electric. Jolteon is one of the two Eevee evolutions. I don't love the card too much, but the Pikachus, there's four Pikachus, which is quite a bit in my opinion, and there's no evolution for them in this deck. The Electrics, there's also four of them, but they have two evolutions of Manetrix, and these are both very good cards. Um, ah, the Eevee here. Eevee is what this deck is based off of. It has two evolutions, Jolteon and Glaceon, which is kind of the leader of this deck. And there's four Eevees, and they are very useful because they're kind of the segue to the two different types of the decks. So you want to make sure that you get quick access to these while actually playing with the deck. The first of the water types is Glaceon. It's a very good card. It's the kind of signature card for the deck, so it figures, but I like it. Um, the kind of alternative type here, it's also water, is Shellos. And I'm disappointed that it's not resistant to electric, but it isn't as weak to electric as something else. I'm gonna look a little later for a substitution for it, maybe in some of the older gens. But Shellos is okay. Obviously, it's not that impressive, stat-wise and health-wise, but I can't complain too much. It's a good break from the rest of the cards. The water section of this deck is kind of vastly weak to electric and not grass. So Piplup is the first of the three evolutions here. Piplup, it's an okay card. You know, it's a basic card, one of three. Prinplup is a very good stage one card. I'm very impressed by it. I think it'll do just fine. And followed by Empoleon here, which is by far the best card in the deck, in my opinion. It has that attack Surf Together, which, if you use your bench right, can be very, very effective. You can probably sweep. I really like this deck. It's probably one of my favorites. But I do have to make a few modifications. Tell me what you like and dislike in the comments here. But the first one is Energy Switch. Sorry about the quality here, but Energy Switch will take one of the energies from your non-active Pokemon and put it on one of your active ones, or vice versa. And I think this is really, really useful in any deck because it can transfer the energy from something that's not being used to something that really desperately needs the energy. And then as far as Shellos goes, I'd like to replace it with something like Wooper that is directly resistant to electric, which makes it very useful in this deck. And it is weak to grass, and nothing else in this deck is weak to grass. So that's kind of an advantage. And then, you know, a better version of that same thing is Swinub. Has a better attack, it puts opponents to sleep. but it's the same general idea here. It's just a better alternative to Shellos. Um, all right, this next one here is kind of random, and tell me if you like it or not. But Blaine's Tauros, I put it in here because it's very easy to get an attack off. It's pretty high HP, and it can deal some damage really quickly, which I like. And then Raichu, which is the obvious addition to this deck. They put 4 Pikachus in it for some reason and no evolution, so I thought I'd give it one. And this isn't a very good Raichu card. This is the original. But if I could find a better one, which I probably will soon, then I'll use that. But for now, this is what I got. And all in all, I really like this deck. I thought it had a very good use of strength and weaknesses of the different Pokemons of water and electric types. And thank you for watching this video. Leave comments. Thank you.